Shri Tripura Rahasyam, MahatmyaKhandam, Chapter 6. Parasurama saw that the great person, Guru Dattatreya, who was brilliant, a paragon, whose hue was like that of blue stem of the tender sprout of Tamala tree, whose eyes were like fully blossomed lotus, whose face was like the full moon, and whose lips were shining like fresh coral, the beauty of whose tender smile had illuminated the quarters, whose row of teeth had defeated the glow of big pearls, whose face was shining with broad cheeks and nose, whose neck was like a conch, who was shining with beautiful long arms, whose palm was soft like new sprouts, who was robust and full chested, whose stomach had three folds, whose thigh was beautiful like the trunk of an elephant, whose shank was similar to a quiver, whose feet were charming like lotus. The mere sight of him who was the root of beauty, pure and youthful, kindled infinite love in a woman. Seeing such an ascetic who was embraced by some young beautiful woman equaling Lakshmi, with reddish eyes rolling due to intoxication, and with a wine pitcher in front, exhibiting contradictory signs, Parashurama became suspicious. What is this wonderful behavior of this great sage? I see his conduct like wine mixed with poison. Alas, in this world the manner of great persons is extremely surprising. Sometimes they exhibit external goodness, sometimes they display inner beauty. In this world, for persons like me, the behavior of yogis is indeed incomprehensible. That sage Samvarta would not tell me something that is useless. Also, how will such a tranquil person, the Brahmin, seek shelter at the doors of the hermitage? Again, many pious persons are sitting around him. Therefore, what I am seeing is not the reality, which is something else. Whatever it may be, this ancient person is my guru. Differences like good and bad are mental formations. Deciding thus, the intelligent Parashurama stood there with a calm mind. Seeing the polite Bhargava, the Guru spoke sweet words carrying wonderful meaning. O Parashurama, welcome to you. Are you fine? In your hermitage are the Brahmins, cows, grass, creepers, and trees. Doing well. Are you serving your visitors properly? Are oblations to fire suitably given? O Brahmarshi, are the Vedas being studied from time to time? Are you without delay keeping under control the untimely upsurge of the enemies in the body, viz. The senses? By the merits of your penance, you have conquered many worthy worlds. The Bhargava lineage has indeed risen to the acme by your penance, erudition, power, continence, and luster. Tell me why you have come. Persons like me are not to be sought by sacred men. In this world, conquering the senses is responsible for attaining the four goals. Attainment of the four goals is considered to be the highest gain in this world. Those persons without reaching the four goals who are engaged in mercenary activities are like breathing dead bodies. Thus, those men who are interested in wealth, who are selfish, are like wooden puppets engaged in futile activities. Earlier, due to utter dispassion, I discarded all action. Among the enemies of the self, the tongue and the procreative organ are powerful. Many have been degraded by them. He who has conquered these two has truly conquered everything. I am really despicable, for I have both such weaknesses. Pious persons do not follow me, who has taken to the forbidden path. This wine, which causes mental disorder, is reproached by the pious. Similarly, a courtesan I have taken to both these. Therefore, pious persons have perhaps gone away from my company. Hence, how have you come to such a place like this? O Bhargava, tell me the truth by which my mind gets clarified. Thus addressed by Dattatreya, Parasurama, the son of Jamadagni, spoke with astonishment. Recollecting the past deeds of Samvarta, Parasurama thought that Dattatreya had said this to conceal his real form identity. It may be due to affliction caused by association with bad, lustful persons like me. The compassionate Samvarta would not tell me the truth. Deciding thus and prostrating before him, Parashurama spoke very auspicious words. O Lord, do not suspect me, who is seeking your shelter. Destined to roam in the impenetrable forest of worldly life, which is engulfed with the conflagration of sorrow, I am scorched by the midday rays of the sun of desire. Directed by Samvarta, due to my good fortune, I have today, with no other protection, come to you, who are an ocean of compassion. By the power in the words of Samvarta, having come to you, who are like the wish yielding tree, with its basin filled with dripping cool ambrosia, who are worthy of worship, who are attended by a swarm of servants, who are great, who are pure, I will very soon gain your grace. I, who have come to you as the sole refuge, should not be suspected. I have clearly understood you. You are truly my Guru. Good or bad, may I follow your path, who are my Guru. Guru is really Parashiva, who imparts self-knowledge. What benefit can be had by associating with bad persons who cannot give self-knowledge? What is the use of possessions like wealth, progeny, mantles, wife, territories, and land, which cannot give self knowledge? How can an unwise person derive happiness from immense wealth? It is similar to the benefit that a person born blind can have from thousands of lamps. Therefore, O ocean of mercy, adorable protector of the pitiable, it behoves you to be compassionate towards me, who is pure, due to my surrender at your feet. Listening to the words of Parashurama, the great sage Dattatreya, the protector of the deprived, spoke with a pleased face. O son of Jamadagni, my child, you have rightly decided. Attachment of self knowledge is preeminent, which is difficult to get by searching. It is wonder it is a wonder that in this world man thinks about self realization. The search for self knowledge is not to be thought as a small benefit. Attainment of self knowledge is the essence and the great benefit that is truly everlasting in this human life. Verily, people continuously long for pleasures obtained through sense organs that are truly magical in nature. Not finding solace in sense of pleasures, people bound by the noose of death go from one body to another in myriad cycles. People always experience high, low, and middle states that are futile accordingly, as if trapped in the cogwheel. O Parashurama, I am pleased with your unwavering faith. Tell me about your desire that has brought you here. Hearing the words of Dattatreya, the happy Parashurama humbly prostrated and after taking a seat spoke sweetly to him with folded palms. O eminent Guru, O Lord, when you are pleased, what is there that is not attainable here and hereafter. Just like a person desiring a diamond got to a mountain of gems, I have come to a great one like you. O Guru, for a long time, roaming in the worldly life, I never gained even a little solace. Caught and burnt in the blazing fire of desire and anger, I've spent a long time. I've never felt any inner cool anywhere. In this world, all men, women, animals, creatures of the sea, birds, the wealthy, the poor, kings, emperors, monarchs, Gandharvas, Yakshas, demigods, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, serpents, snakes, demons, Indra, moon, and the like are always being burnt by the great fire of desire. Therefore, make me remain always cool like the elephant in the middle of the Ganga while the forest is on fire. O Lord, similarly let me be suitably instructed by you. Hearing his words, the great sage Dattatreya uttered auspicious words that pleased Parasurama. O Rama, listen carefully to my words. The good desire that has been expressed by you who are pure is the root of auspiciousness. Truly, you have gathered the grace of the Devi. Your good deeds of many past births have borne fruits. This type of grace is never acquired by small deeds. The fruits of your good deeds in the past are really supreme. O Rama, listen to me with oneness of the mind. Your desire is most comforting. It cannot be realized any time without wisdom. Truly, Parashiva is the self of all creatures. The individual soul, under the influence of Maya, does not understand the Supreme. It remains shrunk due to the shrinking of all powers. This is the truth here. Nothing else shines. Other than the shining self, nothing else is there. Self luminance is what is seen as self. There is no difference between them. The power of the self is really the illumination. The shining self is Parashiva. The shining self is Paramashiva. He alone, who is eternal, by his pure power shines everywhere in multiple wonderful forms. He who shines always is the self of the entire universe. Though he is self luminous, he appears to be dull because of delusion. Once he is known, the delusion disappears and he shines in and out like an island in the Ganga that is very cool. By no other course of means other than self knowledge can one attain cool serenity. Self knowledge is difficult to obtain in this world and is invisible to persons engaged in sensual pursuits. Without the grace of Parashakti, self knowledge cannot be had any time. So everyone should, to begin with, worship Tripurambika, and that service to her is impossible through crores of births but for devotion to her. And devotion to her is achieved only through listening to her glory. Therefore, people should, with perseverance and faith, listen to and sing the transcendental glories of Tripurambika. By this process, Devi herself will grant unswerving devotion towards her. By such devoted supreme service, one attains the state of fearlessness. There is no other path at all to reach that state. Hence, to begin with, one should listen to her glories with utmost faith. This alone confers all wants like a kalpataru. End of the 6th chapter of the MahatmyaKhandam of Sri Tripura Rahasyam.